You're watching a Titan Medical Center production. Titan Medical Center helps people from all walks of life so they can feel better, look better, and perform better. No matter your journey, Titan Medical Center will help you every step of the way to improve your overall quality of life. Call or text us today at 727-389-3220 and start living the Titan lifestyle today.
So listen, guys, I'm patient number 0. That's right. I am the first patient of Titan Medical Center. And I cannot preach enough about getting blood work. Every 3 to 6 months, you should be getting blood work. If you have a problem and you see a problem, sometimes you want to get 30 days afterwards to make sure that problem is gone. Until that problem is gone, you want to make sure you keep checking and make sure that you're dialed in and doing what you're supposed to be doing. So blood work should be routinely for everybody out there, right? No matter who you are, 21 and up, I would recommend getting blood tests every 3 to 6 months, okay? If you're generally healthy and you're not doing anything crazy, maybe every 6 months. But if you're really getting aggressive on things or you're trying different things, 3 months, right? So that would be the sweet spot. Everybody asks me, when should I get blood work? And there's no definitive answer of what age you should get blood work at because everybody's different. Everybody has different problems. Things might be going on with you. Who knows? So there's not a definitive answer of when you should get blood work. You should just get blood work, right? Routinely. So just make that a priority in your life. And I promise you, you'll be a lot better off health-wise and all the way around. So today I'm adding on hemoglobin A1C and vitamin D. You're asking, what is that? Why? Hemoglobin A1C is a 3-month sugar average of your blood sugars. That's right. It can tell you if you're pre-diabetic, diabetic, or you're okay. So this is something you definitely want to look at. This does not require fasting. This is something that's going to give you that average, and it's very, very important. It could affect different things down the line. Blood sugars being too high is definitely a bad, bad thing, okay? So make sure that is okay. Vitamin D, which they say it's a vitamin, right? It's actually a hormone, and it has a lot of different regulation processes in the body, okay? Boom, it flashed, see all that blood just flowing in there? And I got pretty good veins, decent veins. Now remember, when you're going to get an IV, there are certain things not to do. 1, you're gonna wanna hydrate all the way up into that blood draw, right? Make sure you're drinking water all the way through and through. 2, you're gonna not wanna eat. Fast for at least 12 hours before your blood test. 3, we're gonna look at not working out before your blood test at least 24 hours. And 4, we're gonna make sure that you guys do not ejaculate 24 hours before your blood test. These things can skew a blood test, right? So you wanna make sure that you're doing these things to make sure you're getting the right results when you get stuck. Because you don't wanna do a blood draw because you're not going through Michelle who's gonna take this like candy. You might be going through somebody where you feel it every single time and they're bruising your arm. So make the stick count, make the blood draw count. Do everything like you're supposed to and you'll get the proper results. Little tip from me to you guys. And that's it. That simple, that easy. Titan Medical Center nationwide blood draws. All you gotta do is call or text 727-389-3220. We set you up in a lab in your location and your zip code. Very simple, very easy. It takes about 5 minutes on the phone. Call or text us today.
Feel, look, perform your best with Titan Medical Center.
It is Dan's birthday. Happy birthday, Dan. We hope you feel so celebrated today. We are so happy that you are here. And hopefully you share this fruit with us. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dan.
Happy birthday. Wait, I'm not listening.
Happy birthday, dude.
Come on. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday, Dan. Thank you.
Another year younger.
Let me introduce you to a new tool to add to your tool belt for the quest of optimal health and wellness. Let's talk about HEXARELIN. HEXARELIN is a new peptide therapy that TitanMedical Center is offering to our patients. What does it do? It raises your growth hormone levels. What are the benefits of that? I don't know. Losing a few pounds, gaining a little bit of lean muscle there, sleep patterns better, elasticity of the skin good. We're winning here, right? What about recovery, revitalization, all the anti-aging properties go along with it? GHRH peptide HEXARELIN has got your name on it if you're looking for these benefits. So call or text today so we can help you feel the optimal health that you've always wanted.
Looking to expedite your results? Looking for that competitive edge? Well, look no further, as TitanMedical Center has an arsenal of different therapies that can help you reach whatever your personal goal is. So if you're looking to get healthier, feel better, put on lean muscle, maybe lose a couple pounds, call or text TitanMedical Center, 727-389-3220.
What's up, guys? John here with my beautiful wife, Charisse.
Hey, everybody.
And we are here for another TitanMedical movie review just for you. That's right. So tonight we got to watch Den of Thieves, Pantera. This was a follow-up to the original Den of Thieves. And the main characters in the first one are in the second one too as well, which was O'Shea Jackson Jr. And if you don't know who that is, that's Ice Cube's kid. And he looks just like Ice Cube.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Just like him.
Just like him. And Gerald Butler, he was the other antagonist in this film, so he was in it too as well again. Following up from what happened from the first one. If you didn't see the first one, we would probably highly recommend seeing the first one.
Yeah, I think you need to see the first.
Right?
Not that you need to, but you probably should. Or
Right.
some of this movie is not going to make sense. So
Yeah.
I do recommend you see the first one.
I mean, you can go watch this movie and have a good time and watch the movie, but you need to know what's going on previous if you really want to be in the storyline, because the conflict
It ties in.
in the second one, it comes from the first one, right? So at that point, it was a good movie. It was action-packed. The storyline was good. Characters were good. There were some new characters in this one, right? The chase scenes were good. Action was good. Like I said, I think I already said that once. But,
Yeah.
I mean, even the bank vault, like, and I won't give it away, but like, you know, like that's what they're doing
Spoiler
their jobs.
alert.
Well, I say, well, how, but you know, in these movies, like this one especially, it's about them going to do some robberies and jobs per se, right? And at that point, like, there was some cool stuff.
Well, I hope they fix the movie before you guys get to it, because 25% of this movie was in a different language. I believe French.
Yes.
It was in a different language, and it did not have subtitles. So, you know, every once in a while you'll see a movie and like there'll be a small part, when I say like a 15-second part or 20-second part, where they say it in another language and it's like meant to be in another language, or you don't know what's going on, you can kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
But like after the first, second, third, fourth scene, I was like, is it just me, or is there no subtitles and you have no idea what they're saying? They're having full-blown conversations, and you're like, if you really weren't like into the movie, you might lose place of the movie, because you'd be like, I don't even know what's going on.
It was
like,
annoying.
what are they talking about?
I don't know if they were trying to do that just for the fact like they don't want you to know what they're saying.
But you need to know what they're saying so you understand what's going on.
It would have definitely helped, because it wasn't.
It's like, bup, and they're pointing to the top of the ceiling, and bup, and you, I'm like, say what?
There were multiple scenes like this. I would say about 25% of the movies like that. So
literally.
you won't know what these people are saying.
Maybe it was an error on like the release movie.
I don't think so.
And they're gonna have a huge news review, and it's gonna come out and be like, this was wrong. Everyone go see it again for free.
But listen, it was a good movie. Like I said, Gerald Butler, O'Shea Jackson Jr. I'm gonna give this, out of 5 stars, I'm gonna give this probably about a 3.8. 3.8 was pretty good. Like I said, it was pretty good. I think maybe it could have made a slight bit better here or there, but I liked the movie. I had a good time watching it. It wasn't boring. I didn't go to sleep and like that, and it kept my attention. So I always like the end of these movies too as well, because in these movies there's always a twist.
Yeah.
There usually is, like how the
we were
person's
waiting
gonna
for the
get
twist,
out of
and I'm
it,
like,
or
this isn't right.
you know. So and there was a good twist at the end.
Yeah, there was a good twist.
It was gangster, and it set it up for the third film.
Yep.
So they're probably gonna make a third one, and you're probably gonna go see it like us. and hopefully we'll enjoy it together. So 3.8 for me. What do you?
I liked it too. My likings are a little different than John's, so it's going to be a 3.0. But that's a good rating from me.
She always.
It's a really good rating. A 3.0 on a movie is a great rating for me. I thought it was good. I'm a huge Gerald Butler fan. I like almost every single movie he's in. He's a great actor. The other guy, what's his name again?
O'Shea Jackson Jr.
He's okay. He's definitely not as good as his dad.
He's young.
His dad's better, but I did like that they literally tied this movie right back into the first one.
Good.
The first one was so good, and ironically, just because I've been so busy, I have not been keeping up with like movie releases and what's coming out and all this stuff. And I watched Den of Thieves, literally not but like 5 days ago, just because I was like, oh, well, what can I watch? John's sleeping, so I watched this movie, and then John tells me like the other day, he's like, oh yeah, Den of Thieves, the second one just came out. I'm like, yes! I never get to watch the movie before we see the second one. Yeah. So it all lined up for me anyway.
3.8, 3.0.
It was good.
Don't take our opinion. Go see it for yourself. You'll like it. You can probably take the kids to go see this. It wasn't too bad. There wasn't any nudity in this movie at all.
No, just guns.
None. No sex scenes. It was really good.
And
like
violence.
As far as that goes.
I love violence,
good
by
violence.
the way. I love violence.
Yeah, go check it out. And we'll be back with another Titan Medical movie review just for you next time. So we'll see you next time at the movies.
See ya.
Do you ever wonder why you see all these beautiful people wearing the Titan Medical Center brand, looking better, feeling better, and performing better? Well, it's no coincidence. It's probably their Titan Medical Center therapies. And you can look, feel, and perform better too. All you have to do is just join the Titan family by calling or texting 727-389-3220.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thaddeus Bullard, aka WWE Legend, here, visiting my good friends at Titan Medical yet again. It's that time of the year. It's been several times of the year, but it's that time of the year where I'm going to do some more blood work, make sure all my levels are more than excellent. But today I want to come to you to talk to you about two therapies that I thoroughly enjoy and also help me the most, in my opinion, throughout my whole regimen. The first one is BPC 157. It is a healing peptide that helps me with a lot of nagging injuries that I've had over the years, whether it's through wrestling or football or pickleball or whatever. It just gives me the opportunity, especially at 47 years old, to continue to do a lot of the activities that I enjoy doing, especially golf, which is like my new passion. I love BPC 157 simply because it's a very easy regimen to stay on top of. It's not, they have it in capsule form, or you can take it in injectables as well. And for me, with so much travel that I have, it's always great to be able to have options. And so that's a great thing about being here for many years now, is that they understand any and everybody's schedule on a consistent basis, simply because they deal with people from all walks of life, whether it's attorneys or teachers or doctors or athletes, entertainers. So there's a therapy and a regimen for everybody, and it's all tailored to each specific individual. And then the second therapy I'm going to talk to you about, which is my workout. It's my workout warrior juice, as I would say. It is the Hercules potion. I take it about 45 minutes before I get ready to go work out. And the Hercules portion for me turns me into exactly that. It turns me into Hercules. But it's another therapy that I take here from Titan that gives me extra oomph to get through workouts. But as far as getting up and going, Hercules potion and BPC 157 definitely help me with my joints. They help me with being able to feel like I can go run through a wall, which I do most of the time when I'm in the weight room. I try not to lift too heavy, but anytime I'm on that Hercules potion, I just kind of feel like I got an extra something in me, and I usually end up doing pretty amazing. So for all of you that are out there looking for a way to get better, feel better, look better, come down to Titan Medical.
Did you know Titan Medical Center can help you out nationwide? That's right, wherever you're located, we can help you. Whether it's blood testing or our weight loss therapies or our signature vitamin amino acid therapies, we can help you become the best version of yourself, improve your quality of life and performance. So contact us today at 727-389-3220. What's up, guys? I'm John.
I'm Charisse.
And we are back with another Cupid's Corner. That's right. Me and my little beautiful wife right here every week are coming at you guys and bringing you guys great tips, tricks, and things that will hopefully ignite, entice, and up your relationship to a whole new exciting level. And if you're not in a relationship, don't worry, because hopefully you'll get in one and you'll have all this information so you can pull it out and use it in that new relationship so it's a successful one. And you'll be doing at least your part to make it a successful one at that. So every week we come with some different topics. And, this last week was Thanksgiving and we had the family members over and stuff like that. So I think this topic was right along the lines of hitting home on me, and I want to get your guys' take on it and make sure you guys know how it was on you. So let's get into the topic. Yeah. So how do you think that your parents influenced your view on relationships today, right? So how do you think they affected your relationship today? Do you think they affected your relationships today? Because, obviously we're a product of our environment in some circumstances or situations, scenarios. And this goes a long, long way. But there are people that, they go against what their environment is all the way through and through. They recognize they want better.
Or they want to do it different, right?
Yeah, they want to do it different, There's some people that have a great environment that don't do so good either. So there's not some one way that's right or wrong, okay, at this point. But, this is so true, right? And for me, the example set. Now, my growing up as a child was good in some sense and bad in other senses. Now, relationship-wise, I don't think that it was the best example out there. And please, Mom and Dad, don't kill me about this, but I'm only speaking the truth, right? Growing up, I had loving parents on both sides, right? I had a brother and the whole nine. So it was really, really good. We weren't financially strapped or anything like that. So, God bless us. But the internal relationship of my parents, I don't think that it was the most healthy relationship. Obviously they were business partners, entrepreneurs and stuff like that. So you spend a lot of time inside and outside the house. But for them, it was always like, eruptions in World War III, where, they're fighting with each other, they're cursing at each other. When we did have, holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, like all these things, like our house was center point to all the family members from both sides coming. And, even in between there, the lines of the family members, there was conflict, almost at every single holiday that I attended. And
it's common for a lot of families.
So it's common for families to have eruptions at all their holidays.
I feel like this is it's actually, people don't speak about it, right? Because it's embarrassing sometimes. But I do feel like at a lot of, because I was in the same position. There were, it was like all happy. And then towards the latter part of the day, there was something that was always brought up that, yes, caused an eruption in the day.
Conflict, eruption, or, maybe some things that, people weren't over before they came to that visit, and then that's where it all had to get handled. So I mean, I've been into in a lot of these situations my whole life. So my thing was, I took the good traits from my parents, and I recognized the bad traits, and I recognized how I didn't want that for my family when I had a family. I didn't want my son or daughter, whoever it was at that point in time, to go through some of the different things that I went through when I was growing up, because it didn't make me feel good in all ways, shapes, and forms. When I used to go over other people's houses, I used to see the way that their parents used to interact with each other. It was a lot different, and so, it was normal for me to be growing up in that situation, and it was normal to see all these things around me. But when I went to other places, and I seen the way that they were interacting with each other, I felt like the odd man out. I felt like, man, why can't I have this? Why can't my parents get along? Or, why can't they interact like this? Because that's not the environment that I'm going back to. So, it's a learning experience all the way through and through. Whatever you do in life is always going to shape you, mold you, and become who you are. But you can fight some of these different things and not make it happen for yourself in the future. So if you recognize the bad traits or the things that are going on or have went on in your past, you can utilize those things to hopefully, you learn from your past and you don't commit those same bad mistakes in the future for you or your family. And you're the example for your family, right? Whether you're a mom, whether you're a dad, whatever it is, even the grandparents, right? Cousins, uncles, you guys are all family, and you guys will mold the younger generations that are coming through your family. They will see what's going on with you, and they will try to emulate these things, and they might not think that they want to do it, and they fall right into the rut and the routine of what happened before with you or with somebody else that's in your family that they're watching, and they're using this as an example, like they think this is okay. So
it's normalcy for them, right?
Yeah, it's normalcy. Exactly.
Right. It's normal for them, and to be specific, bringing up maybe old things that's happened before that's caused arguments, and that's kind of what it is. Even when I met John, I told him the same thing, and we ironically had some very, very similar upbringings where our parents would argue in front of us and they would scream and yell, and I wasn't there for his matches between his parents, but with my parents, it was World War III as well, and it wasn't just screaming and yelling. There was things being thrown, some food outside the door. Next level type of fighting.
Right.
There's one thing to have an argument,
right?
And I'm sorry, Mom, in advance. And I'm sure my dad's watching me from above, so I'm sorry to him too. But there's just regular fighting, and then there's like next level fighting of just grabbing things, throwing things, breaking things. And, obviously you don't want to set that example, like John was saying, for the little ones, because they are watching you. Right. They're watching everything you do. Right. So this goes for the same thing with the family gatherings, is that this is your time, and I hate to put it this way, but let's be realistic, and I'm always real with you guys. This is the time to, if you did have a problem with somebody, let's just say a family member, this is the time to mend it, right? You're supposed to come together and mend it. Now, if let's just say somebody's at this place and you don't really care for that person, this would be the time to fake it. Yeah, right. You're going to fake it because you want to get through the holiday and make everybody else happy. These holidays like, Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that, it is supposed to be times of joy, right? Happiness, joy.
Making memories.
Positive memories. Not, yelling across a table or argument across a table or bringing something up in front of, other family members or whatever it might be. This is not the time for that, right? So when me and John met, one of the things we made a promise to each other is that we were never going to fight in front of our kids, We're never going to argue in front of Peter. We don't want that for him because we don't want the hostile environment for him. We don't want him to have that same environment with his wife and his children growing up, because he's going to do whatever is happening now, whether he wants to or not. It's going to gather, and he's going to become that individual. And it's going to have to take him, just like John did and myself, to say, wait, hold on. There is this one portion of my life and one portion of what my parents did that I don't want to do. And then you have to fix it, change it, and change that going forward, so it changes for all the generations going forward.
That's right.
Because remember, it's not just your children, it's their children and their children's children and so forth, right? And we can't say that these generations are getting any easier to train. So we might as well make it easy now and try to make it, as positive as possible.
Right. You set the right standard. You put the right example out so that they understand, like, this is the way it should be done. And then you talk to them about it too as well. That's another thing. You talk to your kids, you talk to your loved one about it, your partner, maybe you've had these bad experiences in the past, and you vocally tell them, like, hey, listen, like, I don't want this in our relationship, right? Right when you get into it. So if you guys aren't in a relationship, and you start talking about all these different things, the do's, the don'ts, and, things that are like, deal breakers, this could be something you bring up. If you're already in a relationship, right, you're going to have one or two situation scenarios. The first situation is that person agrees with you totally, and everything's been good since the start. The second situation is you already fell into some of these bad things. Now, what are you going to do to get out of it? That's when you really got to talk to them. You got to put an action plan into play, per se, right? I always like my action plans, right? Because, you know, we can talk a good game and we can say we're sorry and all these good things, but what actions are you going to do to make a change? And actions really speak louder than words, right? You like that old saying.
Always, yeah.
It's so
I do
true,
say that
right?
very often.
People can tell you, I love you. No, let me see your actions, because your actions are going to
show
truly
me,
tell
don't
me.
tell me.
Exactly. Show you, not tell me. So, you know, these are different things that you want to do. Now, you know, I would challenge you guys to really think about your past, right? And your childhood possibly. And, you know, if it was good, was it bad, I'm sorry, you know, but revisit that and really think about what you went through. And think about, has it affected the way that you get into relationships and how your relationship is today? And are there things that you might want to change because now you're realizing, like, oh my God, like, I'm just like my dad, or I'm just like my mom, or just like this relationship. Like, this is not what I want to be with,
right,
or this is not what I want to get into, right? So, I mean, you know, you should really look at that, because people do follow trends too. So when you get into the trend of, let's say, you know, people that have abusive parents or abusive dads, girls, they fall into the trend of going to abusive men because that's all they know.
Well, they think that's
normal.
They think that that's normal, right? So you saw that your mom was constantly screamed at, yelled at, maybe beaten, or whatever it might have been. So then you get into a relationship, it's happening to you at this point, and instead of you saying, hold on, wait, I'm not going to accept this, you end up accepting it thinking that it's normal because you grew up like that. Right. So, and it's not okay, right? It's not okay. You want to be able to treat women with respect, right? And the same thing goes for a guy. Just because we're women doesn't mean that we're the ones that only get respect and that's how it goes. Respect is a two-way street. You need to respect him, he needs to respect you. That's how it's supposed to go. So it's important. It's important that you guys are implementing these things and you guys are recognizing it, and that you guys are able to pick it out, point it, and then fix it. So that way, you know, you could be better. The whole point, right? And we say this all the time, right? And I know John he knows what I'm going to say right now. But the whole point is that every generation is supposed to get better. And we always tell Peter, he's like, oh, you know, I did this better than you, and I'm getting better at this, and yada, yada, yada. You know, the 13-year-old teenage boy talk, right? So, you know, I'm like, listen, the whole point is for you to be better.
Right.
Like, I want you to be better than me. I want you to do more than I do. I want you to make more money than me.
Yes.
I want you to have a better education than I did.
Yes.
I want you to have things that I didn't have. I want you to be able to provide your kids with everything that maybe I couldn't provide you. It's all supposed to be getting better and better and better. It's not supposed to degrade over the years.
That's right.
It's supposed to get better. Only
that's
better.
Right. And that's how it really should be. And you should want better for you. You should want better for your family, your kids, and the whole thing. I mean, for your partner especially. So, you know, really look at yourself. Look and evaluate your relationship. If there's things you guys want to change, then change them. Do it now. Don't say, oh, I'm going to wait till next week, or I'll see how it goes. Change it now, right? Have the communication with your partner. So I hope you guys have liked this show. And, you know, every week we're bringing you guys great tips and tricks to help you guys out. And, of course, if you guys are not looking your best or feeling your best, then Titan Medical Center is going to be able to help you guys out. So if you guys want to call or text us, we can help you guys out feeling good, looking good, and performing your best.
I mean, listen, if you guys are having the mood swings, right? I mean, come on. Maybe you need your hormones checked.
Getting older, right? Or you're not maybe liking the way that you're looking, you know. In the
you
mirror,
might need to get your hormones checked.
You
Get
can
some
do weight
blood
loss,
work.
do all types of different things. So, guys, make sure you guys are tuning into us every week, 11 a.m. on ABC. And DVR it if you can't watch it live. And if you can't do either one of those, go over to YouTube, type in Titan Medical Center, watch all these great episodes and a lot of other cool content that we got for you guys. We'll see you guys next week on another Cupid's Corner, 11 a.m. on ABC. I appreciate you guys. We love you guys, and we're out.
Thanks, guys.